few days ago, I pulled off a shot accidentally in Rocket League that was rather impressive. And though it wasn't pretty and my car, fell on the ground in the middle of it, I actually managed in this moment to hit what I believe is the hardest shot possible in Rocket League, and that is the double flip reset. Now obviously a double flip reset is not as hard as a triple flip reset, but just the idea of hitting multiple flip resets, I don't know, maybe you could say there are some shots that are harder in Rocket League, but this is at least one of the hardest things that you can do or learn in this game. Now, if you're new to this game, or maybe you just haven't dove into some of the high-level mechanics and shots that are possible, a flip reset is essentially a shot where all four wheels touch the ball, making it possible to have another dodge. Because as you know, if you play this game, you know that when you jump off the ground, after a certain amount of time, I think it's like 1.5 seconds, you lose your dodge. But if all four wheels touch another surface, in this case the ball, you get another dodge. Now, the hardest form of a double or triple flip reset is one where you actually stall under the ball. Stalling is another high-level mechanic, and in this case, you're actually making your car hit the ball over and over again by stalling over and over again with, the wheels touching the ball, getting you multiple flip resets. Now, I've tried that shot many times, but I just haven't been able to pull it off ever. Stalling on its own is a difficult mechanic to do consistently, let alone like getting a flip reset, being under the ball, stalling perfectly up into the ball. It's just really hard. But anyways, after I hit this double flip reset, which in this case is a weird version of it, I decided to set out to actually learn how to do this and see how much time it would take me to actually hit it again. Just one more time, but in a way that is actually like nice. Like I didn't want to be falling on the ground awkwardly. I wanted to actually pull it off in a way that would work in a game. So I gave myself basically 1 week, practicing it for about an hour every single day on average. Sometimes I would practice in between games, but for the most part, I actually just dedicated 1 hour each day to working on it, just to see what my improvement would be like. Now I'm going to go through my process from each day, and let's see if I can pull off this weird version of a double flip reset. Also, you should probably know that the technical version of this shot is called a rapid reset, with rapid basically being the one to perfect it. So let's break down exactly what he's doing in this shot, and what I accidentally did a few days ago when I pulled it off. Basically, you're dodging into the ball in such a way that you're getting a flip reset from it instead of stalling under the ball. And also, Rapid has a YouTube channel that you guys should definitely check out. He's an insane ones player, and he's hit a lot of crazy shots. I'll also put a link to his flip reset tutorial down below. It was actually really helpful. Here is a clip of Rapid hitting a double flip reset the way that I did, using his dodge to get the second reset instead of a stall like many freestylers do. Here is also a great clip of Justin hitting a rapid reset, and Justin's done this quite a few times, and it's really helpful to watch these clips if you're gonna practice it to see exactly what it is they're doing. It's almost like a pre-flip. Basically, you're dodging with your car turned in such a way that you're not really trying to hit the ball, you're trying to just smack the bottom of your car onto the underside of the ball. It's very weird, and it just takes a while to get used to. Like, it's really a feel thing. At least that's what I found out. I knew that it was going to be difficult to pull this off again, and especially in the way, that is clean, but I had to try. Alright guys, so I wanted to give just a quick update on GamersRdy. Some of you might already know about what GamersRdy is. It's basically a coaching and guides platform that me and Alex have built over the past year. It was initially focused around Rocket League, but we've been expanding to new games in the last few months. So the first update is that we're going to be doing our first Rocket League coach sale this Black Friday. All of our coaches have a ton of experience, and if you've ever thought about trying it out, prices usually start around like the $15 mark. We've had a crazy amount of players get better through GamersRdy, and this is a good opportunity to get it at a lower price than normal. And the second update is that we're about to launch a third game to the platform. We currently have Rocket League and Counter-Strike, but the third game will be Fortnite, which is pretty exciting because I know a lot of you guys probably play Fortnite and are probably on the grind to get better at it. It's always been a game that we've wanted to add, and now that, there's slightly less hype about it and it's kind of a more stable scene, we feel like it's a really good time to add Fortnite. And we know there's kind of a stigma that's attached to it, but Fortnite's it's a game that I love to play. I love working on the mechanics related to it. I spend a lot of time playing Fortnite alongside Rocket League, and I know that a lot of you guys do too as well. We're already adding some really talented, amazing coaches to the platform, so be sure to check the website out. I've got a link in the description below, both to check out the Rocket League sale and also to check out the new Fortnite website that we just launched. And also, on a side note, make sure to follow GamersRdy on Twitter or go join us on Discord too. We've got a bunch of stuff planned for 2019 with the community, like free stuff, really fun stuff, and we're welcoming new players to join all that. So again, links are in the description for all this stuff. Make sure to check it out. GamersRdy is something that I personally love. It's an awesome community and I love being a part of it. But yeah, I won't take any more time with this. On to the video. All right, let's start with day one. And day one went really bad, honestly. I feel like I spent that entire hour just trying to get like a decent flip reset, just a first flip reset, let alone getting a double flip reset. And in that first hour, I actually didn't get any double flip resets, let alone like an actual shot. I never once was able to hit the ball twice with the underside of my car. It was just all these awkward hits where I would get the first one and I couldn't do anything from there with it. This was kind of to be expected though. I haven't really practiced flip resets that much in the past few months. So, I took it as kind of a warm-up day, just get used to practicing it again. And I feel like I saw a little bit of improvement. I started getting flip resets, a little more consistently. Day two definitely went better. I actually started implementing something Rapid says in his video, which is that you should try to get as far under the ball as you can when setting it up on the wall. You don't want to be hitting it out into the field horizontally and like chasing the ball, because then the ball's moving too fast and it makes it almost impossible to get a flip reset at all. I also kind of noticed that Gainer and Rapid and lots of these guys, they don't really fly off of the wall with the ball. They sort of stop their car when the ball leaves the wall, if that makes sense. Like they slam on the brakes really quick and then jump off really fast at the ball. So on day two, I did get a few double flip resets, but no actual goals. Like I wasn't really able to hit the ball with, any speed. This one is pretty funny. I don't really know what to call this, but I guess you would call this a double flip reset. But again, not clean enough for me to consider like having actually pulled it off. Now, day three was when I started consistently getting flip resets, basically every time I set it up. I also tried spending most of my time in an actual custom training, which was fine, but at the end I realized that I didn't actually like it that much. For some reason, I just like setting up shots in free play. And I know that's kind of silly. It's definitely going to take more time, but it feels more natural and I just feel better at it. And so another day passed, that is day three, and no double rapid resets. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of starting to lose hope. Even though I'd hit some pretty nice shots and I definitely saw some progress, none of these shots were really what I was looking for. Sadly, day four was basically the same as day three. Another pretty cool flip reset shot that was almost a double, but not quite. Literally just an hour spent of getting flip resets, hitting some weird shots, failing to get double flip resets, and then starting over again. I did start to feel like I was getting a certain level of consistency, especially to the way I was setting up the shots. Like I would consistently get that first flip reset and feel like, oh, here, I'm in position, I can make this happen, and then it just wouldn't happen. It was starting to become a feel thing for me though, like the setup was just becoming more natural. I realized that you can't really explain this kind of thing. Like I can't really explain to you how to position your car, you just have to see someone do it and put in a bunch of hours, apparently. Now, day five felt like a bit of a breakthrough, especially on the setup. I finally started getting comfortable with like braking on the wall before I took off. Now I'm not 100% sure this is what freestylers actually do. Again, I kind of talked about that earlier, but it's what it looks like they're doing. If you watch Gainer set up a freestyle, stall reset play, he appears to be braking his car on the wall and then quickly jumping off towards the ball. And I really noticed that this makes that first reset a lot easier to get. And this day I did hit quite a few nice flip resets. I also started using the Dominus like halfway through, which was fun, I didn't end up sticking with it going forward, but switching to a different car for a period of time, I feel like was really helpful. I definitely had some great goals and, you know, almost got a double flip reset a few times, but again, I just wasn't quite there. I did almost hit a stall double flip reset randomly without even really thinking about it. I just was like, oh, I'm gonna stall in the middle of this. So at least that told me like I was improving in some way, that I was close to being able to pull off a shot that I wasn't really planning. All right, day 6 rolled around, and I'm not gonna lie, I was considering giving up on this, especially when I basically took the day off. Like, I worked on the shot between games, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't in the mood to spend my entire nap time. You know, that's when my kids nap. I don't know, I just didn't want to spend that entire hour doing this. So yeah, not much happened that day. But later in the day, I was playing Rocket League with my brother. Well, actually, I was waiting for him to come play. So I decided to solo queue a few games, and as I was about to start a game, this happened. Now, one could definitely argue that this isn't really me completely mastering this skill, and I would say that's true. I haven't mastered it. I'm not like nailing double rapid resets every time. But for me, that's really not the point. This was the first time in a long time that I've really devoted consistent time every day to one specific shot or mechanic, and then, you know, in the end, being able to pull off a shot that I never thought I'd be able to hit a shot like this if you'd asked me like a year ago. And it wasn't that much time. Like, it was just an hour a day, which I guess to some people would be a lot, but I have that available. Like, I have that time available. And I feel like 6-7 days isn't really that long, especially when you take into account the fact that these freestylers and like high-level pro players, they practice one shot or one mechanic or, you know, one skill set for way more time than that. Like, Gainer and DLG practice their specific shots for hours and hours, like 6 or 7 hours every day for months. I guess I just really wanted to experiment with that idea, with the idea of spending an hour every day working on one thing to see how long it would take me to pull it off. So the application really is that it doesn't matter what you're working on or what your skill level is. I really do think that this is a great way to improve. Maybe your flicks are weak or inconsistent, then just go practice them every day for an hour for a week. And I guarantee you, you will improve at insane rates. I'd love to do another one of these. Maybe I'll practice the stall flip reset or, you know, a different shot. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should practice, and maybe I can make another video like this happen, because this was really fun for me. All right, guys, hope you're having a good week, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.